cogent point, and the truth and the basic fact is that security has grown more than conflicts. Yes. As we have cyber security, we also have climate issues affected. Yeah. So now, but let's focus on agricultural productivity, as you have said. Yeah. The president in the October 1st broadcast speech, he said that farmers have returned to farm, and Nigeria has witnessed abundance of harvest. Do you support this, judging from the fact of what we have on ground now?
Unfortunately, I will not say the president was not speaking the fact, but the fact before us speaks. Yes, it speaks on the other side. Even globally, there is a fear that in 2-3 years, Nigeria might face issues of food scarcity. Yes. Now, recently you saw the flood that destroyed. Ordinarily, that's a national disaster you cannot prevent. But what about the issues of the farmers that have been driven off their land in Zamfara? Virtually, the farmers have gone out of operations in the Middle Belt. And on that, you are aware that recently we had a lot of issues with the headmen and the farmers. And so the farmers had driven off their land. Even, I'm not sure those farmers have returned because there is no guarantee of safety for them as we speak. So the issue of agriculture is serious because that now talk about issues of national food security. And if you cannot feed your people, if your people are not guaranteed that next year we are going to have harvest, then you have a problem. It means then that you have to either import more and deplete your national reserve, or you will need to beg other nations of the world to come and support you, help you to feed your people, which will be a lot of indignity for us. It's going to create additional problem because we don't even have the money now, and you are saying we are going to import food into Nigeria. So the issue of ensuring that farmers, the agricultural policies of government in terms of security and otherwise is properly articulated and addressed is very fundamental. Because if you can't feed your people, then you don't have a nation.
But all of this kind of, you want to say, situation on ground, how does this also affect, the investor confidence, especially outside the country?
It's a big problem. Sometimes I see governors gather their people, they go in hundreds, they are going to look for foreign investors. No, it doesn't work like that. The foreign capital will go to where it can get profit, where it's sure of safety and security of investment. So people know that Nigeria is rich. People know that there are potential. They want to come here. But they want to be guaranteed that their investment, that when they bring in their money, when they invest here, that they are safe. I give you an example. There was a fellow who was so concerned about getting foreign investment for Nigeria. So he was talking with all manner of investors. And then there was a day that a major agreement was to be signed for foreign direct investment to come into Nigeria. And then just before the meeting, there was a breaking news around the globe that the United Nations, the police headquarters in Nigeria had been bombed. Of course, who want to sign an agreement with a country that is insecure? So security is key requirement for foreign direct investment. Nobody wants to, all the indices we have about Nigeria today are negative. We are talking about violence, unsafe country. We are still up there. And we need as a nation to tell ourselves, the world are not stupid. They know what obtains here. They have diplomats, they have all manner of advisors who tells them whether Nigeria is safe for investment or not. Not you going there to go and tell them, come and look at our country. They already know. What we need to do is to come back home, put your house in order. There is politics in insecurity. Yes. A lot of political issues affecting security here. A lot of bad government affects security here. Corruption. All these things are within our ambit to address. When we have addressed that, people will fall head over nail to come here because this is the country to be. We have the population, we have the resources, we have everything. So people want to come here, but you must put your house in order before you are asking the world to come over to your country.
Let's move over to other forms of security, other forms of insecurity. Yeah. Now, focusing more on cyber security. We've seen the increase in cyber security. We've seen how Nigerians have been regarded and how our security systems are failing. Breach, cracks, and here and there. But the use of technology in improving security in Nigeria, I want you to tell us more on that.
Well, again, if you ask yourself, the cyberspace is where we are moving to. This is the physical space. Cyberspace is the next level. All your electronic gadgets and everything are located in the cyberspace. What nations of the world have tried to do is to develop a form of cyber defense or cyber security system. I know that Nigeria is trying, but we need to still do much more. We have not started, we have not even been able to defend the physical space. So you are talking about the cyberspace. We need to do more because that is the next level. Yes,
we have seen private sectors taking so much putting in so much in the ICT and technology security space, but I've not we've not really seen the efforts of the ICT ministry doing so much. I don't know if you're also of the view that they should be for more.
We have the agency called NIDA. NIDA are the ones that have responsibility for
information technology.
For information technology. Again, you ask yourself, what level of resources do they have to work? What kind of equipment is government even listening to them? When they are, it's like more or less an advisory agency to tell you, for instance, some people say we want to give Nigerian, some organizations say we want to give Nigerian ministry agency and some software they can use free of charge. Now, if I give you a free software to use, you know that there's something I want to get. Now, if NIDA, for instance, sees something like that and advise government, are they willing to accept, or an agency of government, are they willing to listen to NIDA? So we need to again understand the danger we face as a nation because of the cyberspace that need to be well protected. And that is part of what I said. We need to agree as a nation. This is what we want to do, and ask ourselves, what do we need to do it? And make sure that every stakeholder know the role they are supposed to play. Even to the child in primary school should know what is national security and the role he's supposed to play. In terms of, they say, see something, say something. We all need to be able to do this.
All right, David Okoro, I need you to tell me how beautiful, the use of technology can be in solving issues of insecurity, because we've seen some of these things in terms of when you go on the internet, how people from space monitor, you see high-tech criminal cases being followed up, and you can monitor people from the air and all of those kind of things. How beautiful is this, and why are we not buying it?
Well, like I said again, is ability to articulate what your issues are, where you want to go, and how you want to get there. Security is part of what we require to get to where we want to get to in terms of national safety and security. Now, technology will deliver. Drones are doing great things, yes. Right? Forensics, digital forensics and all that are doing great things. So really, the warfare, fight against criminality and all that have gone to the cyberspace. You understand? So when we integrate technology with training, with the manpower that we have, we can solve our problem. For instance, take the issue of border security. It's technology all over the world. You don't put man on every foot. No, it's technology. If you adopt the right technology, you can be sure your borders will be secured.
Or you can monitor movements of people via the radars and all of video messages.
Yes, and you can. And then, like I said, you are talking about the Kaduna, for instance, the Abuja road, where there is always crisis. Now, drones and such other technologies could help us solve that. You don't need to put men everywhere. Technology, somebody sits in a room like this with the right equipment, and then you have the terminals outside, and you have the cameras and outside.
Feedback.
You get your things done. But we need to upgrade, we need to up our act in order to be able to deploy technology. Technology can solve most of the problem for you. That's why you find nations around the world, they invest so much. See, how much. You look at a policeman. Around the world, you have one policeman be kitted with like 10 million. One policeman that is standing out there is kitted from his head to toe. He is kitted with 10 million equipment. He is a policeman. He can call, he can detect, he can do so many things. And so we need to be able to get close to that. And not just that alone, we don't have enough men even out there to bear the technology, assuming we have the technology. So we still need to train our men properly and then deploy them.
This training you're talking about, it is essential, but I think it should be embedded more in the educational system, back to the institutions, because we've seen in this famous school that is trending, where they say computer graduates have not seen a new computer. Computer graduates don't know what operating services is. So I think when we're talking about this information, because if we talk about on the federal level training, we've seen so many trainings go down the drain, especially when it comes to training old minds in quotes, in the sense that those are already working for the federal government. Even if you train 10,000 police officers on the use of technology, if they don't have the roots down from the educational system of this training, it wouldn't be effective. I don't know if you also...
No, I think the problem is, first, we need to articulate the kind of training we want. I mean, we have different aspects of policing. If you are looking at policing or security services, we have different aspects. There's some people whose responsibility is to protect the cyberspace. There are some who are riot policemen. There are some who gather intelligence. All manner. So we need to determine what kind of security we want. Then when people go for training and they come back, Is there anybody that ever asked them, what did you learn? Does anybody set target to say, look, you have done this training, we expect that when you come back, your productivity should increase? Nobody has such questions. They just send you on training as a means of favor. So that's why I say we must change our national orientation to these things. I go for training, I come back. If you ask me to go for training, what people want is the extra code. Nobody cares about it.